Because why would you quit a job that you love? I can relate 100 million bajillion Nathan Fillion%. Quitting isn't about leaving. It's about... All right, I'm throwing away the script for this one. With all these videos coming up recently with, all these big YouTubers quitting, leaving YouTube.
I made the decision to quit.
I just think I can do better. So I'm taking a break.
I'll be hosting my last theory episode.
It just feels right since I quit my own job. And the MatPat one really hit me. I'm gonna be honest, I have never watched a single MatPat video until the one where he's saying that he's leaving, which is crazy because I am a video gamer and I don't know how I've never come across the game theorist. I don't know how I dodged that. Even though I am on a smaller scale, I am still a creator. Obviously my subscriber count and analytics are a little bit different to theirs, but from a creative standpoint, I know exactly how they feel. So this is my story. So imagine for a second that you are a big fan of a sports team. I know not everyone is into sports, but just for a second, just imagine that you are. Let's call them the Toronto Raptors. And imagine that for season after season after season, you watch every single game. And then one day you get offered a job to work and create content for the Toronto Raptors, pretty much. I mean, that seems like a dream job, doesn't it? Obviously I was talking about myself. One day I get an email.
You've got mail.
Saying, hey, would you be interested being a producer for Sportsnet? For those who don't know, Sportsnet is one of the biggest sports TV networks in Canada. I remember in the job interview, the manager at the time, he asked me, do you watch sports? And I said, I really only watch basketball and I'm a big Raptors fan. Well, we are actually looking for somebody who is an expert in Raptors and NBA basketball. I mean, to me, it seemed like a no-brainer. The role was for a producer, but I never produced anything. I'm a video editor. Video editing still is my bread and butter. I took the job and yeah, I got to do some really cool things. I remember the first time I went to Media Day, I just remember feeling like, man, I can't believe that I'm here. And I was there for the championship year. I was at Game 5 of the NBA Finals for work. When you're there for work, it is different than being there as a fan, obviously. It was a mixture of, wow, this is amazing. I get to work during this historic moment. And there was a side of me that was also just like, man, I just want to enjoy this as a fan.
I miss the days where I could just sit down on the couch with her and play video games, and it's not for content. Or I'm playing a game.
Making videos to the level that they are takes a lot of work. It's funny how I say that because when I used to work at the TV network that I did, we used to always kind of make fun of YouTubers, of content creators. It seemed like less than. Little did I know, to be honest, that how much work and how much art and how much dedication some of these YouTubers are putting into their work.
I'm so tired. There's nothing in my life right now except work.
I don't love late nights. I've been work first for over a decade.
For the past 10 years of my life, there has not been a single vacation where I was not working. There has even been times where...
Creating is tiring. It can be draining, especially if things don't evolve, if things don't change. The older generation of people, like, my parents, grandparents, all that, saying that you worked at the same company for 20 years or whatever it is was like an accolade, like it was something to be proud of. But man, I would hate that. Eventually, everybody craves change. Even if you love pizza, if you eat pizza every day, it's gonna get tiring. I think I could eat sushi every day. I didn't grow up watching YouTube. I saw YouTube as where you go to watch tutorials or review for a video game or a movie, something like that. I personally never saw it as a place where you can share and create your art I never saw it as a place where you could build a business. I never saw it as a place where you can build a community. The game theorist, Matt Pat, what he has done and the stuff that he makes is amazing. I could see how that seems like a dream job. Like, to me, that seems like a dream job. Like, talking about video games.
This is my dream job and I have a lot of fun doing it. I know I'm incredibly lucky, but a dream job is still a job.
I have not been very happy making any of these videos for a long time.
The majority of people hate working, okay? There's only a small handful of people that can say that they love their job. So the idea of quitting a job that you love seems just, I'm sure many people would be like, what? They can't compute, they can't comprehend that idea. Because why would you quit a job that you love?
I was just super excited to share what I was learning, my experiences with the rest of the world.
This was our baby. This channel has been going for 13 years.
They did what I want to do now, okay? The idea of creating something that is entirely your own. You know, when I was working at Sportsnet, a lot of the creative, it would go through so many pans and go up the ladder of my boss's boss's boss and their cat's boss and the daughter's first aunt. Everyone had to look and approve and vet everything. It was ridiculous. And by the end of it, it didn't even feel like your own work. It didn't feel like this is my baby. It felt like a stranger.
I miss to be creative. I really miss that so much.
I want to actually spend time making something that I enjoy, and I don't want to be...
And that's why I make music now. That's why I produce music, because the music that I made, even though I have barely any listeners and not many streams on my Spotify and all of that stuff, it is mine. It is 100% mine. This is something that I created. For me, I was happy to quit my job. I wasn't crying when I handed in my papers, that's for sure. But for someone like Matt Pat, who created a community and was so passionate about what he did, I could see how leaving that is hard. But things change.
Because change is scary. Change is hard. But sometimes the right decision isn't the easy decision.
Quitting isn't about leaving. It's about change. It's about growth. I get that quitting is a privilege, Not many people can afford to quit their job as much as they hate it. But for me, quitting was crucial to my growth. It was crucial for me to take the next step, because I was stuck on the same step for almost years. Quitting is scary, but not growing is even scarier.